The whisper of the lotus dot. What if the key to true happiness lies not in the world around you, but in the silent choices you make each day? Imagine standing at the edge of a tranquil lotus pond, its surface shimmering under the golden light of dawn, each petal unfolding as if whispering a secret to the universe. This is no ordinary moment. It's a call to awaken, to peel back the layers of distraction, and discover the profound truth that happiness is not a gift bestowed upon us. It is a garden we cultivate through our own actions. Let this image linger in your mind, for it holds the essence of a journey we are about to embark on together. A journey rooted in the timeless wisdom of the Buddhist teachings, yet alive with the pulse of our modern lives. If this resonates with you, stay with me, for the path ahead is one of clarity, compassion, and transformation. And if you find value in this exploration, consider subscribing to join our community of seekers and sharing this video to spread its light, perhaps even leaving a super thanks to support these reflections. The lotus, revered in the Buddha's teachings, is no mere flower. It rises from the mud, untainted, its roots anchored in the earth's depths, yet its bloom reaches for the heavens. This is the first whisper of wisdom. Our happiness, too, must rise from the mud of our struggles, our doubts, our fleeting desires. But how? The Buddha's path offers no promises of instant joy, no shortcuts through the labyrinth of the human heart. Instead, it invites us to act, to plant seeds of mindfulness, compassion, and understanding in every step we take. Consider the story of Ananda, the Buddha's devoted attendant, who once asked, "Is it true, Lord, that good friends are the whole of the holy life?" The Buddha's reply was simple yet profound. Good friends are not the whole of the holy life, Ananda, but they are a great part of it. This teaching pulls us into the heart of our journey. Our actions, our connections, our choices shape the happiness we seek. Are you intrigued by this interplay of solitude and companionship, of inner work and outer bonds? Let's dive deeper, but don't turn away just yet. The next insight might shift the way you see your world. Happiness, as the Buddha taught, is not a destination, but a practice, a series of deliberate acts woven into the fabric of our days. Picture a weaver at a loom, each thread of intention carefully placed, each knot a moment of awareness. This is the Noble Eightfold Path, not a rigid doctrine, but a living guide to align our thoughts, words, and deeds with the truth of existence. Right view, the first step, asks us to see clearly, to recognize that our suffering stems not from the world's chaos, but from our clinging to impermanent things, wealth, status, even fleeting emotions. Right intention follows, urging us to cultivate a heart of kindness and renunciation, letting go of the need to grasp or push away. These are not lofty ideals, but practical choices. When you pause before speaking harshly, when you choose to listen, rather than judge, you are weaving the threads of happiness. Doesn't this spark a curiosity in you, a desire to test this wisdom in your own life? Stay with me, for the path unfolds further, and I promise it will draw you in. Now, let's pause to reflect. How often do we chase happiness in the external new? Possessions, endless scrolling, the approval of others only, to find it slips through our fingers like sand? The Buddha's insight cuts through this illusion. In the Dhammapada, he reminds us, mind precedes all phenomena. Mind is their chief, their maker. Your thoughts, your intentions, are the architects of your reality. Consider a moment when you acted with kindness, perhaps a smile offered to a stranger or a patient ear lent to a friend. Did you not feel a quiet warmth, a ripple of joy within? This is no coincidence. Each mindful action plants a seed, and over time, these seeds blossom into a life of meaning. If this perspective stirs something in you, I invite you to subscribe and join others who are exploring this path. Share this video with someone who might need this wisdom today. And if you feel moved, A super thanks donation helps keep these teachings alive for all. But what of suffering? The Buddha never shied away from its reality. The first noble truth declares that suffering is universal birth, aging, illness, death, separation from what we love, clinging to what we cannot keep. Yet, this truth is not meant to despair us, but to awaken us. It is the mud from which the lotus grows. When we accept suffering as part of life's tapestry, we free ourselves to act with purpose. Take right effort, the sixth fold of the path. It calls us to nurture wholesome states, generosity, patience, gratitude, while gently letting go of anger, envy, or greed. This is not about perfection, but persistence. Each time you choose to breathe through frustration rather than lash out, you are sculpting a happier self. Isn't there something magnetic about this idea that our small, daily choices can reshape our entire existence? Don't look away now. The next step will deepen this understanding. Let's weave this further with a story from the Buddhas. Life. When Siddhartha Gautama sat beneath the Bodhi tree, he faced Mara, the tempter, who bombarded him with doubts, fears, and desires. Yet Siddhartha did not fight or flee. He touched the earth, grounding himself in mindfulness, and declared, "I see you, Mara." This act of seeing clearly, of meeting life's challenges with calm awareness, is the heart of right mindfulness. It's a practice we can all adopt, pausing to notice our breath, our thoughts, the sensations in our body. Try it now. Take a slow breath, feel the air move through you, and ask, what am I clinging to in this moment? This simple act is a seed of happiness, a step toward liberation. If this practice speaks to you, subscribe to explore more such moments with us. Share this video to plant seeds of wisdom in others' lives, and consider a super thanks to support this journey. As we move forward, consider the role of community sangha in this path. The Buddha emphasized the importance of surrounding ourselves with those who inspire virtue and wisdom. A kind friend, a teacher, even a stranger's story shared in a video like this can mirror our own aspirations. When we act with compassion, we not only cultivate our own happiness, but ripple it outward, touching others in ways we may never see. Imagine a world where each of us chooses one mindful action daily, a kind word, a moment of patience, a gesture of generosity. The collective impact would be profound. This vision pulls us toward action, doesn't it? It beckons us to live with intention, to make happiness not a fleeting wish, but a crafted reality. So, where do we go from here? The Buddha's teachings are not a distant philosophy, but a call to act now. Start small. Today, notice one moment of reactivity and choose a mindful response instead. Offer a smile, hold space for someone's pain, or simply breathe through a challenge. These actions are the threads of your lotus, rising from the mud of life's struggles. If this journey inspires you, subscribe to walk this path with a growing community. Share this video to spark reflection in others. And if you're moved, a super thanks donation helps sustain these teachings. Stay with me, we'll explore how meditation deepens this practice, transforming our actions into a wellspring of peace. Don't turn away, the lotus is still unfolding, and its next petal holds a truth you won't want to miss. The breath of awakening. Have you ever felt a moment of stillness so profound that the world seemed to pause, revealing a truth just beyond your grasp? Picture yourself seated beneath a sprawling banyan tree, its roots weaving into the earth, its branches cradling the sky. In this sacred space, your breath becomes a bridge, connecting the chaos of the mind to the serenity of the present. This is the heart of meditation, the second whisper of the lotus, where happiness blooms not from chasing desires, but from anchoring ourselves in the now. The Buddha's teachings beckon us to this practice, not as an escape, but as a bold act of creation, a way to sculpt joy through every mindful breath. If this image stirs your soul, stay with me, for for we're about to unravel how meditation transforms our actions into a tapestry of peace. And if this journey speaks to you, consider subscribing to deepen your exploration with our community, sharing this video to light another's path, and leaving a super thanks to keep these reflections flowing. The Buddha, seated in meditation, under the Bodhi tree, discovered that the mind is both the source of suffering and the key to liberation. In the Satipatthana Sutta, he taught the four foundations of mindfulness: body, feelings, mind, and phenomena as a map to awaken. Let's begin with the breath, the simplest yet most profound anchor. Each inhale is a gift of life. Each exhale, a release of what no longer serves us. When we focus on this rhythm, we step out of the mind's endless chatter, regrets of the past, anxieties of the future, and into the present, where happiness takes root. Try it now. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the air touch your nostrils. And ask, what is this moment teaching me? This act of attention is no small thing. It is a radical choice to live fully. Doesn't this spark a curiosity, a longing to explore how such a simple practice can reshape your days? Don't turn away just yet. The next insight will draw you deeper. Meditation is not about emptying the mind, as some believe, but about befriending it. The Buddha likened the mind to a wild elephant, powerful yet untamed. Through mindfulness, we gently guide it, not with force, but with patience. Consider right concentration, the eighth fold of the Noble Eightfold Path. It invites us to cultivate a focused, tranquil mind, one that sees clearly without being swayed by fleeting thoughts or emotions. Imagine you're caught in a storm of worry, perhaps a looming deadline or a strained relationship. Instead of fighting the storm, meditation teaches you to sit within it, observing each thought like a passing cloud. This is where happiness emerges, not from banishing pain, but from choosing how we respond. When we act from this place of clarity, our words soften, our decisions align with wisdom, and our connections deepen. Isn't there something magnetic about this possibility, that a quiet moment of awareness can ripple into every corner of your life? Stay with me, for the path is unfolding further. Let's weave this with a story from the Buddha's time. A young monk, restless in meditation, approached the Buddha, confessing, "My mind wanders like a deer in the forest. How can I find peace?" The Buddha smiled and said, "Observe the deer, but do not chase it. Let it roam, and in time, it will rest." This is the art of mindfulness, watching without grasping, allowing without resisting. The monk returned to his practice, noticing each thought, each sensation with gentle curiosity. Over time, his mind settled, and with it came a joy untainted by external conditions. This joy is what the Buddha called sukha, a happiness born from within, sustained by our actions. If this story resonates, I invite you to subscribe and join others on this path. Share this video with someone who might find solace in these words. And if you feel moved, a super thanks donation helps sustain this journey of awakening. But what are the obstacles we face in meditation? The Buddha acknowledged them: restlessness, doubt, distraction, and offered the antidote: persistence. In the Dhammapada, he reminds us, as a fletcher straightens an arrow, so the wise straighten their fickle minds. When you sit to meditate and find your thoughts racing, don't despair. Each return to the breath is a victory, a small act of courage. Start with 5 minutes a day, noticing the rise and fall of your chest. When your mind wanders, smile at it, as you would a curious child, and guide it back. Over time, this practice strengthens right effort, the sixth fold of the path, nurturing wholesome states like patience and equanimity. These qualities spill into your daily actions, how you speak, how you listen, how you move through the world. Can you feel the pull of this practice, the promise of a mind at peace? Don't look away now. A next step will deepen this connection: meditation. also opens us to compassion, the heart of the Buddhist teachings. When we sit in stillness, we touch our own suffering, our fears, our regrets, and in doing so, we see the suffering of others. This is the seed of metta, loving kindness, which the Buddha taught as a practice to radiate goodwill to all beings. Imagine sending a silent wish. May I be happy. May you be happy. May all beings be happy. This simple act rewires the heart, turning self-centered desires into a boundless wish for others' well-being. Such actions, whether a kind thought, a helping hand, or a moment of forgiveness, cultivate happiness not just for ourselves, but for the world. If this vision inspires you, subscribe to explore more practices like metta with us. Share this video to spread this ripple of compassion, and consider a super thanks to keep these teachings alive. As we deepen this journey, consider the Sangha, the community that supports our practice. The Buddha emphasized the power of shared intention, of walking this path with others. A meditation group, a trusted friend, or even a community like ours here can amplify your efforts. When we meditate together, whether in person or through shared reflections like this video, we create a field of mindfulness that strengthens us all. Picture a single candle lighting others, each flame growing brighter without diminishing this. First, this is how our actions, solitary yet connected, build a world of greater peace. Doesn't this vision draw you in, urging you to act with intention? It's a call to weave meditation into your life, to let each breath be a step toward happiness. So, what's the next step? Begin today. Find a quiet corner, sit comfortably, and follow your breath for just a few minutes. Notice what arises, thoughts, sensations, emotions, and let them pass without judgment. This small act is a seed, one that grows with every mindful choice you make. If this journey moves you, subscribe to join our community in exploring these teachings. Share this video to inspire others, and if you're able, a super thanks donation helps us continue this work. Stay with me. We'll explore how compassion and impermanence intertwine, revealing a happiness that endures life's inevitable changes. Don't turn away, the lotus is still unfolding, and its next petal holds a truth that will captivate your heart. The Dance of Impermanence. What if the secret to lasting happiness lies in embracing the very thing we fear most, change? Envision a river, its waters flowing ceaselessly, carving paths through stone, never clinging to a single shore. Each ripple catches the sunlight, fleeting yet radiant, a reminder that nothing remains fixed, yet beauty persists in the movement. This is the Buddha's teaching on impermanence, the third whisper of the lotus, where happiness is not found in grasping at what fades, but in dancing with life's ever-shifting currents. Through mindful actions rooted in compassion and acceptance, we weave a joy that endures beyond the transient. If this image stirs a spark within you, stay with me, for we're about to explore how embracing change transforms our choices into a symphony of peace. And if this journey resonates, consider subscribing to deepen your path with our community, sharing this video to inspire others, and leaving a super thanks to keep these teachings alive. The Buddha's second noble truth points to craving as the root of suffering, a relentless desire to hold on to pleasure, to push away pain, to freeze life in a perfect moment. Yet, the third noble truth offers liberation. By letting go of craving, we find nibbana, a happiness unshakable by the tides of change. Impermanence, or anicca, is not a curse, but a teacher. Every breath you take shifts, every thought passes, every season turns. When we resist this truth, we suffer like clinging to a leaf as it falls from the branch. But when we act with awareness, aligning with right understanding, we see impermanence as a call to live fully in each moment. Imagine savoring a meal, not rushing to the next bite, but tasting each flavor, knowing it will soon be gone. This is an act of presence, a seed of happiness. Doesn't this perspective pull you in, urging you to rethink how you meet life's changes? Don't turn away now. The next insight will deepen this dance. Compassion, or karuna, is the bridge that carries us through impermanence. The Buddha taught that when we see all beings as subject to the same fleeting nature, birth, aging, loss, we awaken a heart that seeks to alleviate suffering. This is not mere sentiment, but action. Consider a moment when you comforted someone in pain, a friend, a stranger, even yourself. That act of kindness, however small, ripples outward, weaving happiness into the fabric of existence. In the Metta Sutta, the Buddha instructs us to cultivate loving kindness as a mother protects her only child. This is right action, the third fold of the Noble Eightfold Path, where every gesture offering a listening ear, forgiving a slight, or simply smiling becomes a brushstroke in the art of living. Can you feel the pull of this idea, the desire to act with such intention? Stay with me, for the story ahead will bring this to life. Let's weave this with a tale from the Jataka stories, the Buddha's past lives. Once, as a prince named Vesantara, he gave away all he owned, even his family, to fulfill his vow of generosity. When asked why, he replied, "Nothing is mine to keep. All things pass. But in giving, I create what endures." This radical act of letting go mirrors the Buddhist teaching. Clinging binds us, while generosity frees us. Vesantara's story challenges us to act with a heart unbound by possession, to offer kindness even when it costs us. You might think, I can't give everything away. And you needn't. Start small. Share a moment of patience, donate to a cause, or offer kind word. These actions, rooted in the truth of impermanence, cultivate a happiness that no loss can steal. If this story moves you, subscribe to explore more such wisdom with us. Share this video to spread its light, and if you're able, a super thanks. Donation helps keep these teachings flowing. But how do we act with compassion when life's changes feel overwhelming? The Buddha's answer lies in right mindfulness, the seventh fold of the path. When loss or uncertainty strikes, a job ends, a loved one drifts away, mindfulness anchors us. Picture yourself facing a wave of grief. Instead of pushing it away, you sit with it, noticing the tightness in your chest, the thoughts that swirl. This act of seeing clearly, without judgment, softens suffering's grip. From this space, compassionate action arises naturally. Perhaps you write a letter to mend a rift or volunteer to help others in need. These choices, grounded in the acceptance of impermanence, transform pain into purpose. Isn't there something captivating about this alchemy, turning the fleeting into the eternal through our actions? Don't look away. The next step will show you how to embody this. The Sangha, our spiritual community, amplifies this practice. The Buddha saw the Sangha as a mirror, reflecting our aspirations and grounding our efforts. When we act with compassion, whether through a shared meditation, a kind deed, or even engaging with a community like ours, we create a web of support that holds us through life's changes. Imagine a single act of kindness. You help a neighbor, they pay it forward, and the ripple spreads. This is the power of collective action, where each choice weaves us closer to a world of peace. If this vision inspires you, subscribe to join our community of seekers. Share this video to spark compassion in others, and consider a super thanks to sustain these reflections. So, what's your next step? Today, pause to notice impermanence of fading sunset, a shifting mood, and meet it with kindness. Offer a small act of compassion, a smile, a donation, a moment of patience. These actions, however small, are the threads of your lotus, blooming through the flux of life. If this journey stirs your heart, subscribe to walk this path with us. Share this video to inspire others, and if you're moved, a super thanks donation helps us continue. we'll explore how wisdom and detachment deepen our happiness, crafting a life of unshakable joy. Stay with me, the lotus is unfurling, and its final petals hold a truth you won't want to miss. The light of wisdom. What if the deepest happiness arises not from what you hold, but from what you release? Picture a single flame flickering in the darkness, its light steady yet unattached, illuminating without clinging to the wick that fuels it. This is the essence of wisdom, the final whisper of the lotus, where happiness blooms from seeing life as it truly is, fleeting, interconnected, and free from the illusion of a fixed self. The Buddha's teachings guide us to act with discernment, to let go of what binds us, and to weave a joy that shines through life's impermanence. This is not the end of our journey, but a beginning, a call to live each moment with clarity and purpose. If this vision captivates you, stay with me, for we're about to uncover how wisdom and detachment craft a life of unshakable peace. And if this resonates, consider subscribing to join our community, sharing this video to light another's path, and leaving a super thanks to keep these teachings alive. Wisdom, or prajna, is the crown of the noble eightfold path, embodied in right view and right intention. It is the clear seeing of the three marks of existence: impermanence, anicca, suffering, dukkha, and non-self, anatta. The Buddha taught that our deepest suffering stems from clinging to a self that does not exist, a fixed I that craves permanence in a world of flux. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the more it slips away. Wisdom invites us to open our hand, to act without attachment, to offer kindness without expecting reward. This is not cold detachment, but a warm embrace of life's flow. When you give without seeking return, perhaps sharing time, resources, or forgiveness, you align with this truth. Doesn't this spark a longing to live with such freedom, to act from a place of boundless clarity? Don't turn away now. The next insight will weave this into your life. Let's ground this with a story from the Buddhist teachings. In the Parinirvana Sutta, as the Buddha lay dying, his disciples wept, fearing the loss of their guide. He smiled and said, "Be a lamp unto yourselves. Seek no external refuge. The truth is within you." This is the heart of wisdom, to trust in your own actions, guided by mindfulness and compassion, to illuminate your path. The Buddha's final teaching was not to cling to him, but to live the Dhamma, to act with integrity, to speak with truth, to think with clarity. This is right speech, right action, and right livelihood, the ethical folds of the path woven into every choice. When you speak words that heal rather than harm, when you choose work that uplifts rather than divides, you craft a happiness that no external loss can dim. Can you feel the pull of this call, urging you to embody wisdom in your daily life? Stay with me, for the story deepens. Detachment, often misunderstood, is not about withdrawing from life, but engaging with it fully, without being ensnared by desire or aversion. The Buddha likened the mind to a clear pool. When undisturbed by craving, it reflects reality as it is. Consider a moment of frustration, perhaps a plan unraveled or a goal slipped away. Instead of resisting, wisdom asks you to pause, to breathe, to see the moment as part of life's dance. This is right mindfulness and right concentration working together, anchoring you in the present. From this clarity, your actions flow naturally. You respond with patience. You choose generosity over resentment. You let go of what cannot be held. These choices, small yet profound, are the threads of your lotus, weaving a joy that endures. If this perspective moves you, subscribe to explore more with our community. Share this video to inspire others. And if you're able, a super thanks donation helps sustain these reflections. But how do we cultivate this wisdom amidst life's chaos? The Buddha's answer is practice daily, deliberate acts of awareness. Start with vipassana, or insight meditation, where you observe the impermanence of thoughts, sensations, and emotions. Sit for 10 minutes, noticing how each feeling arises and fades. This practice reveals the non-self. There is no fixed you behind the thoughts, only a flow of experience. From this insight, your actions shift, you become less reactive, more compassionate. The Dhammapada reminds us, with wisdom one conquers. With ignorance one is conquered. Each mindful choice, listening deeply, forgiving quickly, giving freely, builds a life of peace. Isn't there something magnetic about this promise? That wisdom can transform even our smallest actions into a legacy of joy? Don't look away. The final call awaits. The Sangha remains our anchor, a community that mirrors our commitment. The Buddha taught that spiritual friends, those who embody wisdom and compassion, guide us toward liberation. Whether it's a meditation circle, a kind mentor, or this community here, our shared actions amplify our efforts. Imagine a world where each of us acts with wisdom. A parent pauses to listen. A colleague offers support. A stranger shares a smile. These ripples, born from understanding, create a tapestry of happiness that binds us all. If this vision inspires you, subscribe to join our growing Sangha. Share this video to spread this light, and consider a super thanks to keep these teachings alive. So, what now? The Buddha's path is not a distant ideal, but a living practice. Today, choose one action rooted in wisdom. Pause before reacting, offer a kind word, or meditate on impermanence. These acts are your lamp, illuminating the path to happiness. This journey doesn't end here, it's a beginning. Subscribe to continue exploring with us. Share this video to spark wisdom in others. And if you're moved, a super thanks donation helps us carry this light forward. The lotus has fully bloomed, its petals revealing a truth. Happiness is not found. It is made through every mindful action you take. Let this be your invitation to live the Dhamma, to weave a life of joy, one choice at a time.